drop back on our volume and really be cognizant of intonation. That's one of the things. Another one is that a FCHS device that does occur a lot is the saxophone chorus at the end with the brass doing the punches. In the brass section, you want to be sure you can hear what the saxes are doing, because it's very, very significant material. So volume, control of volume is a big part of this particular arrangement. There's not a great deal of high-end blowing on here, just a couple of parts really that bring it up to a climax. So let's and of course the beginning part with the flugelhorn over the sax section is another thing that can be fussy, that you have to get the balance. But those are all things that we're going to get as we play it, and so let's interact a little bit. We can talk to each other about some more, and then we'll try and play this thing again. All right. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
when you play loud, don't try to play stiff. Try to let your air flow through your instrument. And also, the first thing you should be listening to is the bass and the drums. That's so important. Every beat, every downbeat, every second, third, fourth beat has to be right with that. So if you can think where your section, not only just play your part, but where your section leads to the next part. That's kind of the fun of it. That's the fun part about it, is that you can really start to listen now. And as far as reading music, you haven't seen this for the first time, right? This is the first time you've read it? Okay. Well, usually you did good, but the thing is you want to remain confident on the first part of each bar, or each entrance that you make, be confident. If it goes on, you're not so confident, but if you start your entrance confident, then the rhythm will be confident. Okay? So that's what you're trying to gear for. So when you're practicing this stuff first time, just practice counting and making your entrances real tough, real strong, like you mean it. And I guess we're about ready, so we're going to go on to the next group.
Very simple. It's fourths and fifths.
Melody at the beginning?
In that, with the flugelhorn over the saxes. And that the ensuing sections are developments of that original theme. It's not new material, it's the same material developed. And this is one of the things that Thad Jones was such a master of, that he could write simple and complex, and he can do it both at the same time. The melody, the original melody is simple, but the development keeps going until we get to the end where the saxophones have that tremendous double time chorus over the brass. But it is the same song throughout, that same 14-bar phrase. There's always more to listen for when you get to the next level of being able to play this arrangement, even this particular arrangement. You try to listen more deeply into the chart, and you'll find other things that you haven't been doing that if you do them will then raise you up to the next level. And one of those is adding up. Thad adds up the sections, especially in those 4 bars before the out chorus at 59. He has the saxes, the trumpets and the saxes and the trombones have different entrances, and it adds up to this big push going into the out chorus. So maybe the Vanguard band could just run that one section, just those 4 bars or maybe 6 bars to get into it before the out chorus, before 59. Before 59, like 4 before or 6 before.
53. He said the music keeps revealing more of itself the longer you play it.
That's another thing. Okay, let's go from the top? Yeah. Everybody play.
Saxophones have a different rhythm. I think the brass, especially if you're getting screwed up like the brass, the brass rhythm figures. So you're not counting. So it's like you have to think. Our rhythms are layered with guitar, all the rhythms are layered with trumpets and all that. And that's the beauty of jazz.
And it fits.
Like a Seinfeld play.
But good.
That's why it's important for everybody to know how their part fits into the whole.
Right.
It's way more than your part. Relatively, it's important, but in terms of the whole thing, it's not that important. It's how it really fits into everything. So I know Doug's part. I know Nick's notes. I know Carol's notes. I know what Ralph's playing. I mean, I know what everyone's playing.
Even though you're playing loud.
So I'm playing loud, so I can still hear it. I'm actually not. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Thank you, Doug.
Here.
Okay. We're at
Top. We're playing through with this band, then the next band comes up.
okay.
Ready? Third is next.
Top. Everybody.
Top, the whole thing.
One.
I think before we start this pass through, especially for the brass section, the saxes seem to have an easier time with the 8 notes and the triplets. But brass section, we are are tending to rush whenever we see notes that are like faster than quarter notes. They tend to get played too fast, especially those triplets. So it's better to be too slow than too fast on that stuff. You'll at least hear it. Okay. So try to just relax a little bit and hear the time. Don't worry about the pitches so much.